Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 142. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not Hype. I'm not geeked up. Very special guest in the building, a reoccurring guest in the building. It's been a minute though, so reintroduce yourself to the audience.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Barbie and I'm from the Let Me Touch You podcast. Thank you for having me once again. It's always a pleasure.
International hype, as it is. International hype though, not just a hashtag. It is a way of life. So let them know where you are coming in from.
From Bronx, New York. BX.
Although y'all know we are not feeling people from New York at the current
Why?
moment after the playoff situation.
Why?
We're
It's
gonna
okay.
because the Knicks, we're not feeling y'all right
I
now.
know. It's okay.
uh, but we gonna look over that to get this work done. So episode 142, Barb, thanks for coming back. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everybody for hitting the button. Now, this one is for you because this is. I always tell people I pay attention to my guests. Me and you had a conversation about a specific book. So I go into it and I say, this is one she'll like, and this is a touchback that I think that was episode 88, I think was the last time you was on. So it's been a minute 'cause this is
Yes.
142. What is effective communication?
All right. To me, effective communication is listening. Listening to actually listen, not listening to respond. Actually taking in, being open-minded to whatever your partner is telling you. And even if sometimes when your partner's telling you something, you might not register it automatically that second. If you need some time, let them know, you know what? I need some time to think about whatever you said, come back to it. And actually taking your time to think about your response, not just responding to have a response. You understand that?
That's having an actual conversation. If I don't have a preconceived thought and just say this is the answer I'm giving, regardless to what you say, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's a conversation. Something that you just said though, very, very important, very hard to do for people. Admit that you were wrong. Admit that you weren't prepared to give an answer. Just because somebody asks you a specific question doesn't mean that you just blurt out any answer. If
Yeah.
you haven't thought about it and know like I understand the question, but I don't understand the way that I want to answer this. So I don't want to just say nothing to make myself either look dumb, sound dumb, because no matter how much we love each other and our relationship situations, a parent situation and with your child, once you say something, it's said.
Yep.
And we can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. That ketchup ain't going back in the bottle. Like
It's
you said
true.
it. So you need to carefully examine what you about to say before you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so my answer for this though, my bad, 'cause that was just going off of what you said. Uh, my answer would definitely be listening. Listening is the most important thing that you could ever do because if you listening and watching somebody, they will give you all the information that you need. Your body chemistry, your mannerisms, your facials, all of that will tell you things that you need to know about this person. I can tell you yes and have the look of hell no on my face the whole time.
Yeah.
But if you ain't listening, ain't paying attention, and ain't effectively listening, which is a
Mm-hmm.
part of communication, is listening. Listening is a part of communication. Uh, if you're not doing that, then you won't be picking up on the signs. That's how people will be like, "How was y'all together for 20 years and then y'all just got divorced because this person wasn't happy the whole goddamn time."
Yeah. Because you wasn't paying attention to the clues.
Exactly. Um. So yeah, I would say though, in order for you to effectively communicate, though, you got to be honest with people. Also, because a lot of people will come up with their representative. In the beginning, we're both lying. We're both
Yeah.
just we're both doing the dance of like, okay, she likes this, or she likes that, so I don't really want to step on his toes or her toes, and I don't want to offend you so quick with some of the views and opinions that I might have, so we might just dance around those topics, or I might not just be the hell honest with you, which is a bad thing for real. For real, it's kind of the way the game go, where you kind of got to play the game of like, let's try to see if we got something here, but you also got to be still true to yourself and who you are because this person could be like, I don't know, they like they like something that you totally against. And if you don't effectively communicate it instantly, yo, every time like you be touching my ear, that's something that really bothers me. Please
Yeah.
don't do it again. Like just
I
because your
think
old
that
girl
you
like that don't mean
shouldn't
your new
do
girl like
that anymore, though. Like
What
you
you
see
say?
how usually in the beginning the whole games are being played. You bring up the representative. You're trying to be everything that that person tells you they don't like. I think that we should stop doing that and actually be straightforward with what we want, what we don't want. That way, you're not wasting your time. You're not wasting the other person's time.
So
Having
the
those
older the
hard
older the
conversations
older
from the
you get,
beginning.
the more blunt you get about those situations. Now, of
Hmm.
course, everybody gonna listen to this and say, "I'd say whatever I want." I tell people you're lying. We get it. It's cool.
Hmm.
Because there's a certain amount of finesse that you're gonna put into this situation to see if there's something there. But you shouldn't be compromising yourself just to talk to whoever this individual is. Like if you're I don't even know. Like I'm trying to think of just something like a basic example. Like, okay, if you're a I go to church every week Christian and you're a I go to Juma every week Muslim, then y'all probably, not saying that you couldn't, but y'all probably need to talk about that from the beginning so that we don't
Yeah.
get 6 years down the road and go like, we still arguing about Christmas gifts and how you fasting. Like,
No, yeah,
so
I agree.
some of those things, yeah, you need to like bring them up and let's just get it on the table and address it now. And some of those things we need to gradually ease into. But again, it's all about your communication. Like you said, those hard conversations, you got to have those conversations before you just jump in both feet in a relationship. Now y'all done signed the lease together and y'all broke up and now y'all still living here. Now he got a drink in the room and you got a nigga on the couch. And now we got a whole situation. Like,
True. Like, for example, the person that I'm dealing with now, right? I still remember the first date. We were in his car and we're having, simple conversations. And it might sound crazy to some, but I did look at him, but I respected his honesty and it showed me exactly that he knew what he wanted. So we're talking and he was like, "So, how's your sex drive?" I looked at him like, "Nigga, this is the first date. Like, how are you already bringing up how's my sex drive?" And I was like, it's fine. He was like, okay. And we kept going. But like he would ask me those difficult questions very early on. And it made me comfortable to ask and do the same. And 8 months in, like our communication is fucking amazing. There's not
two
one thing that goes by that if it's bothering us, we won't mention like any little thing. We have never had an argument. So effective communication from the very beginning, I think is the key to everything. I thought
two
you
things
feel
two things about what you just said. One, when you mentioned him, you had a little smile, you gave a smirk. So for those watching the video on the E Block Radio Network every Monday at 2 o'clock, you will see the light smile that you just gave, Barb. I don't know if you peeped it,
Are
but
you
I did.
making blush?
Okay. It wasn't me. That was him. As soon as you said we was in
Ah,
the car, you looked up to slightly to the right, you know what I'm saying, and threw a slight smirk. I don't know if anybody else peeped it, but I did. So make sure when you're sending this episode, Hype only accepts 5 stars now, and he peeped what you did to us. So
oh
copy.
God.
And the important thing that you said there, like I said, don't compromise who you are. Like you said, if I got a high sex drive, you shouldn't get with a person with a low sex drive before we even go any further into the situation. He brought it up, but he didn't harp on the situation and make it a 45-minute conversation,
Yes.
which is, like I said, the older we get, the more we just get like, look, man, I ain't got 8 months or 8 years to be playing around
Mhm.
with you in this situation. Because if this ain't it, then this ain't it, and that's cool. I can get on to the next person. He brought it up just to let you know that look, this is where I'm at with it. And if you're
Mhm.
not here, then it's cool, but that's where I'm at. So shouts out to him. Kudos to him for
Yeah.
again, he effectively communicated though, like, yo, look, this is what it is that I like. Now we ain't gotta again, because it's the first date, first time we just sitting here, we don't gotta overly analyze the situation, but just put it out there to let you know that it's here. But you can't get in now for those who are listening. Like I said, everybody's gonna say, I say everything I want to say. Copy, you're the perfect one. Nobody needs to hear the list of 45 things that you must have and that you love and like on the first date. Like
Yeah.
you can slowly chip through that list, but you can't give me this full clip like, so then it got to be like this. And then on Wednesdays, I like mushrooms on my steak. Like, can't do all that.
Yeah, it has to
That's
flow. Like as things are, and I don't remember exactly what we were talking about. Like, so it wasn't like a random, he stopped mid conversation to ask me that. I'm sure it had to deal with something, within that spectrum. And the way he asked it and just kept going with the conversation, it was cool. Like you said, he didn't dwell on it.
So this is something I always tell people. Like me and my wife have been talking 18 years. We've had 3 arguments in those 18 years. It took us to like year 12 or 11 to have the first argument. So somebody's going to tell you, "Oh, y'all got to have an argument or some conflict." You don't. That's stupid.
Yeah, you don't.
Like arguments are not a part of effective communication. Disagreements are perfectly fine because we're two different people. We were
Hmm.
raised differently. We look at things differently. Our walk to get here was differently. So that's cool. Arguments and disagreements are, excuse me, two totally different things. But me and my wife had the hard, difficult conversations about religion, kids, where you want to live, how you want to live, what do you like, what do you expect. We had all those conversations before she became my wife, so that once
Hmm.
we got there, it wasn't I don't, well, what you mean you hanging this over here, or like you leaving the ketchup in the refrigerator? Like that's not what we doing. Ketchup goes in the cabinet, not the refrigerator.
It does. Cabinet, people, cabinet.
Yeah, yeah, like, but
Uh-huh.
if y'all didn't, even something as small as that, if you live with this, it can ruin your whole damn day if every time you
It
going in here
definitely
and it's
can.
like peanut butter is in here again. Like, yo,
Yeah.
she just gonna keep doing this. Like,
Hmm. And with him, like you said, it's mainly disagreements, and everything is said respectfully. Some people, they get upset about something that you do and they don't like, and they want to come at you like if they're your parent. Speak to that person with the same respect that you want to be spoken with, and you discuss it. Like, listen, whatever you did last night, I didn't like the way you responded to this. I didn't like the way you responded. Little things like that. And don't let time pass by. Because the more time you let go by with something that bothers you, it's like the buildup gets crazy. So when you finally do mention it, like you're on 1,000 and there's no going back.
all
Address
right.
it right then and there.
The problem with buildup when you don't effectively communicate is you have now had this conversation in your head for the 2 weeks that you've been mad about this.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this,
Mhm.
or you completely forgot about this. But I've been talking about this to myself for 2 weeks. So now, when you bring it up to the person and you're instantly on 10 about it, they don't understand because they like, well, how did we get here about I was getting the kids and you wasn't type of thing? Like, how did
Mhm.
we get here already and we just start talking about this? And it's because you didn't say from the beginning, yo, this was a problem, or you didn't effectively communicate
Yeah.
that, yo, I didn't like this, I don't like that. Like the first time something happens that you don't like, you need to just go, hey, look, so when you like that's not a thing that we're doing. Like
Mhm.
this is a boundary for me and we can't go through this line. This is not one that I'm looking to compromise on.
Mhm.
That's fine, but you got to say that when it happens. You can't come back 2 months later, 2 weeks later, because again, like I said, you've had that conversation and you've been thinking about this, and it's this big now with you when it's this big to the other person because they don't even remember it.
Yeah. And then once you have that conversation and y'all both walk away from it with an understanding, 2 months later, when y'all have another disagreement, don't bring it right back up because it makes
Oh
no
yeah,
sense.
you can't keep score in a relationship. If you're in a
Yeah.
relationship keeping score, then like something's wrong with that situation. You can't be like,
Mhm.
well, remember the time I did because I did this, this, and this, and you ain't never. That's Now, unless it's just 100% to nothing, unless this nigga's just always sitting in the house or she's just always sitting in the house and you're the one that's always doing everything, that's not keeping score. That's just the facts. But
Mhm.
if we nitpicking about who's doing what, then we have issues there. All
Yeah.
right. Now let's switch up the show. Now we're gonna get to the get to know segment, which is sponsored by Custom Hustle. That is at Custom Hustle World, Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. We do custom jerseys, custom jackets, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and soccer jerseys. We have 4 versions of the sneaks: the CH1s, twos, threes, fours. We have the barber capes. We have the collared shirts. We got the shorts. We got the sweatsuits. All these things are available in any color that you can think of. Um, you get with me at Custom Hustle World on Twitter, Custom Hustle World on Instagram, Custom Hustle Co on Twitter, and put your orders in. Let me know what you need. We customizing all of that. Like some people who have a hoodie and haven't sent me a picture for a while. Now I don't want to
By
use
the
any names.
way, sweatsuits are super comfy, people. I have it. It's my favorite sweatsuit, and I'm gonna take a picture.
Oh, copy that. Now, get to know. Let's go with get to know. What stops you?
What stops me from
Yes.
anything in general?
Just what is it
Um,
that's all what's the obstacle that's always in the way?
Myself, my brain. Like I'm my worst enemy. Sometimes I can want to do something and I'm in my head thinking if I do it this way, it'll be better. If I do it that way, it'll be better. I'm like my worst critic. So if anything stops me from doing something, it's gonna be me.
The best TV show of all time is
Friends, don't judge me.
why why is Friends your answer?
I love Friends. I can watch it every day and laugh like if I've seen the episode for the first time every day.
I see myself in who?
And my daughter is my twin, meaning me. And for those of you who are watching, y'all probably saw me do that because she came and she wanted to start talking to me while we were recording. So I apologize for that.
What version of yourself would you say your daughter is?
She is me when I was in my teenage years, like 16, around there.
Copy that. You smile when you said 16. So when you think of 16, it was another
Those are
one of
like
them
the
side. It was another one of them side smirks that you gave when you said 16. So now we need to know
those are like the
when you
most
think
fun,
about
best years of my life.
copy. When you think of 16, you think these was like the best years.
Yes. And she lives her
Carefree.
life that way, carefree. Yes,
Copy
exactly.
that. Okay. Lastly, on to get to know what is your favorite thing about Hank?
Everything. You're fucking dope as hell. Like you're super supportive. You're a hard worker with everything that you have on your plate and the way you get things done. Whoever's not motivated by everything you do, there's something wrong with them. You make
Copy that.
shit happen. You make shit happen
See,
all the time.
some people be, some people look at these things as arrogance or like, damn, you always asking people what they think about you. It's like you want to smell those flowers while you can.
Yes, you
Okay.
deserve
If
it.
and I start off every live show by saying, can I speak out loud? Can I tell myself I'm proud?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for those kind words, Barb. Now, the last segment of the show we do is what do we need to know? Sponsored by H2H Cleaning. It is at H2H Cleaning on Instagram only. You need your clean outs, your cleanups, anything around. You need some construction. You need some remodeling. If you need it, flooring, you need some carpeting, get at me. We can make all of that happen. We will slide out to the Bronx if you make it worth my while, and we'll make it happen out there. Just let us
Really?
know. 'Cause we're
Don't
here
tempt
to
me.
help. So just let us know how can we help. You know what I'm saying? At H2H Cleaning on Instagram only though. Now, time for you to tell us what do we need to know. Like the shirt that we are have on right here. If you could just back up just a
I'm
taste,
gonna back up and
extend it,
pull
and
it
show
down.
us the logo. So I'm going to assume that there's something we need to know about the shirts. I don't want to comment on the shirt. Okay,
All
I know
right.
the situation. We've sent him the episode. We don't need any smoke, but we would like to know. Okay, I'm
So this
saying
shirt
what
I
we need to know.
designed it about a year and a half ago. For those of you who can't read it, it says hop off my clip ma. So there was this podcaster that created some fake beef with me. I don't do beef. I don't do social
Wow.
media beef. I don't do all that stuff. But every time she was creating a show on somebody's show, she was mentioning me. So one time I went on the live, I just got on real fast and I told her, hop off my clip, ma. And it became a thing. So I had to put it on the shirt. Hop off my clip, ma. And then,
I respect you not saying get off my dick because that's one thing I have absolutely always hated was girls who said that. It's like it's something about the plumbing in this situation that
yeah.
doesn't add up. So shouts out to you for not
Thank
saying
you.
that.
Yeah, I had to put it up off the clip.
All right, so now tell us though what we need to know. This is the segment where the floor is yours. You let us know what it is that we need to know.
Okay, right now I'm on a break. I've been on a break almost maybe a year with my podcast. Life has been life, and so I've been
Shouts
taking
out to my man Nutmeg Nine, Big Meech from the Life Be Life podcast. Every time people say that, we gotta throw that plug
you
out there
think
for my folks.
yes. But for now, you can catch me every other Friday, myself with Styles from the Brunch Hour podcast and Haiti from the Ladies Pitch podcast. We all collaborated together and created a page called the NYC Home Team Pods. And I'm there every other Friday. We go live and we highlight a podcaster, which we need to have you on. We need to schedule that for you. So whatever podcaster we have on, the topics are based on your episodes. So any podcasters out there who are watching, listening, make sure you follow us. Whoever follows us, we look at your work and we schedule a day to have you on and we just drink, talk, have fun, and enjoy our Friday nights.
And make sure that they follow you. Where is it that they would need to follow you so that they could
On
see if they could collab with you on these situations?
Yes, yes. You can follow me on IG at let underscore me underscore touch underscore YOU and then the NYC Home Team Pods on IG
What's
as well.
the what's the NYC home team? What's the Instagram official for the folks?
NYC Home Team
We'll have it in
Pods.
the bio, but we'd like to
It's straight NYC Home Team Pods.
copy that because some
That
niggas
I
from
made that one easier. Yeah.
spelling is challenging for some people. All right, now anything else that we need to know is you find us at a tournament near you? Anything else? You know what I'm saying?
No, nothing. Right now I'm just, chilling, enjoying the Friday nights. AAU schedules are crazy. Once AAU schedules are over and done with, I'll be back before the year is up. I
What
promise that.
once the AAU schedule is over and done with, we're gonna get that live show together.
Yes, we definitely
That's
are.
what we're gonna do. Okay. So I'm
Hmm.
throwing that out there to you. We're gonna get that live show together. But once you get the AAU schedule slowed down and you have enough time to plan, put it together. Those things are beautiful. When you look out at a crowd of people who showed up here for you,
Yeah, that would be dope.
it gives you a certain like, damn, I don't care if it's six people there. That's six people who paid money to come see whatever it is that you're about to talk about. And
Yeah.
that's a great feeling, is what I can tell you from a live show veteran like myself, paid talent like myself. I'm saying, how to hustle live shows. We'll be back soon. We're working on a venue and a location. Shouts out to my folks at the barn. Please still slide over to the barn's Instagram page at the barn West Philly and hit that link in that bio. They can still use any donations that you would like to make. That was the home of all of the How to Hustle live shows so far. They had a tragic fire at the building. So,
Oh, wow.
if everybody, hit that link, support them, and donate some bread, we appreciate it. I
Hmm.
appreciate you for coming on. This is episode
Of course.
142 of the How to Hustle podcast with Hank, and we are out.